Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the 1894 podcast. And we are here after Bristol City's 0-0 draw at home to West Brom in the Championship. 6 games in, 9 points on the board. Not a bad start for me. I'm joined, as usual, by Matiss. Matiss, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, first 0-0 this season, third draw, still without a win at home, but it was a more positive performance, I'd say, at home. I thought we were a lot better. No goals. It was a very tight match, but yeah, overall 6 games in, we're in the top half of the table. It's not looking too bad.
No, I completely agree. I think it's looking fairly positive so far. The team that was on display for Bristol City, it was one change, one enforced change from the game before the international break against Swansea. That was George Tanner, who came in for Taylor Gardner-Hickman. Taylor Gardner-Hickman obviously not been able to play because it's West Brom and he's on loan from West Brom, so it's his parent club, so can't play. So it was Max and goal, Tanner, Viner, Naismith, Pring, midfield three of Matty James, Joe Williams, Jason Knight, Sykes, Wells, and Naki Wells up top. It's I've looked at some of the kind of heat maps, if you will. I think that's right, heat maps, yeah. And it kind of said that Jason Knight was playing a slightly higher position as like a number 10 almost. He was definitely occupying a lot of the space going forward. But from where I was watching, it didn't really seem like that. I know he was really good in the number 10 position against Oxford and scored a couple of goals and got an assist as well, I believe, but wasn't really using that position for me well enough in this one. Do you think Pearson's going to play Knight in that number 10 position, or is he going to get him into that midfield three and really make it 2 8 and a 6?
Yeah, I think we're going to try and use Knight as a 10. I feel like if we get the most out of him in that position, he'd be really useful. I was watching on Robin's TV and I did feel like he was pressing a lot high up. I mean, he does run a lot, obviously, but
Yeah.
he was moving quite far up the field. But otherwise, in general lineup, it's kind of expected now in the last few games. Like you said, the force changed. Otherwise, there's no voluntary changes from Pearson. So we've kind of got a starting 11 that's usually kind of guaranteed because that front three now I'm pretty settled until Conway comes back or if they go off form. But right now they've been pretty great. Also, Dickey on the bench again. He still puts Naismith as preferred position since Dickey's red card. It could be
Right
argued
choice.
that Dickey could, yeah, it could be argued that Dickey could start, but again, I thought Naismith had a brilliant game today. So, I mean, yeah, he's really put his place in the squad now. But overall, yeah, kind of bang average squad that you'd expect.
Yeah, it's kind of the kind of churn of the players and the minutes they're getting together. We all thought it would be kind of Naismith, sorry, it would be Viner, Dickey in the two centre backs role at the start of the season. It was like that against Preston, and we thought that would be the kind of centre back pairing if they can stay fit, and it's especially free. That would be the kind of main centre back pairing. But Naismith has done nothing again. He's done himself no harm really playing in that centre back position. He was absolutely outstanding yesterday. Really, really, really good. Him and Viner made 2 goal-saving challenges. The one from Naismith maybe could have been a little bit kind of borderline, but apart from that, both of them are outstanding.
Yeah, definitely. I think yeah, like I said, he's put his place in the squad, and I mean, people wanted to see Vine and Dickey's kind of relationship build. But right now, I was thinking after Williams had a bad game, I would have thought Naismith would have popped into that DM kind of position. But Williams has been pretty solid as well recently, and
He was really good yesterday. Yeah.
yeah, and he's been really good. So yeah, that's how the starting lineup was. I thought the game started off really well. I thought the whole first half we were pretty dominant. There was high energy, a high press. We were getting the ball into dangerous positions. Sykes on the right, the first minute, he was sprinting down the right, put a ball across. I thought, yeah, the wingers were great. We just had a strong start, and that's kind of what you want to see. It's kind of not how we were playing in like the Preston game, first game of the season. We weren't as like threatening when we had, I don't know how many shots on target, but we didn't have a lot at all. Whereas today we had a lot more shots on target. Like the expected goals from both sides were a lot higher, and it's one of those 0-0 games that are like entertaining. And they're not one of those dull 0-0s. But no, I thought we had a great start, and I just thought we were a bit more composed at the back as well. The passes, 2-touch, we just looked like a bit of a more solid, good championship side. I thought it was great.
No, I think you're spot on in terms of the composure bit. I thought our two centre backs were really good and composing themselves and just generally looking like a, as you said, solid championship unit, but also looking like a good possession based side. And teams that can, kind of stretch opposition out. A lot of the times, especially in our case, West Brom did have the quality in midfield with Yukuzlu and well, okay, I'm the West Brom now actually. When you with Yukuzlu and Malumbi in midfield and John Swift as that kind of acting 10, and Wallace as well. They and with us, kind of pushing all compact to one side. So if the ball was down our right hand side, Cam bring everyone up to Campering was literally squeezing. That would allow space for Wallace and Swift, and that was a concern. But as you said, I suppose that shows our commitment, and we looked really looked quite good. Yeah, composers on the balls, an important aspect as well. West Brom in the end had 54% possession, but still, we looked a fairly good side in possession. That was the West Brom team taken below. Palmer in goal, Ajayi, Kipre, Peters, Furlong, Yukuzlu, Malumbi's midfield 2. Matt Phillips was playing left wing back, which was weird. Jed Wallace, John Swift, as I said, kind of the acting number 10s on either side. Jed Wallace on the right, Swift on the left, and Brandon Thomas Asante up top. I thought for the opening 15 minutes, nothing really happened. Or didn't feel like anything really happened. We kind of had a few openings. I remember literally in the first minute we got in down the left hand side through Sam Bell, and then I think it was Campering overloading. Nothing happened from there. But even though nothing really happened, it always felt like that the intensity was there, and that was really good to see because that wasn't really, I don't think, there against Preston and against Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly. And when we create these chances, I feel like that's what gets the crowd behind the team. And when you put in like a strong tackle, you get a close chance, and then the atmosphere builds and you push on for the goal. I mean, it obviously didn't happen yesterday, but that's the kind of starts you want as a team. And yeah, I thought the midfield was more present than normal. And I have to say, I have to give props to Tanner. I thought he had a much better game than normal. I thought defensively against Swift on the left as well, he did. He really held his ground, and I thought he was a bit more attacking, a couple sprints down the right hand side from what I saw, a little bit more than usual, I thought. But yeah, I thought it was a great start, and then the big chance of Sykes on the right, and then there was a mistake by the keeper. I kind of forgot. Yeah, the keeper, and then
it was that was in the first half as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, and then he first time shot. Just hit the post, and Naki was just a bit too far to the left, and it bounced. It was just unlucky. You can't really do much about that. But yeah, so frustrating. I just thought there were a couple chances. Naki as well, a really good pass into the box. Naki took a touch and went to the keeper. Just chances like those, I felt like we have to just be a bit more clinical and finish these chances, because when you have so many of those, then like I kind of feel like at the end of the game we're like we could have grabbed that win there. We could have got the 3 points, but
No, you're right, because you won't get too many chances like that in the Championship, because teams of West Brom's quality who have, generally got very good players, and will be, mid-table-ish, maybe even pushing higher than that. They will punish you, and they didn't on this occasion because we were really good defensively, but still, eventually we need to take those chances, and Pearson outlined that in his post-match interview. So you need to be more clinical. Naismith even said that. I remember Naismith went on a little bit of an amazing run in the first half as well, where he kind of chopped out, and couldn't get the shot off. I turned to my mate who was right of me and went, that Naismith or Diego Maradona? So sometimes Cal Naismith, I remember he scored a goal for Luton doing that against Bournemouth, I think, in the 96th minute or something. He kind of chopped in, chopped out, and then curled one in with the left foot right in the bottom corner. So he has got that quality in him. So yeah, that was unlucky as well. But that Sykes shot, hit that looked from where I was sat in the south stand, looked all intents and purposes that was in. And I heard someone next to me screaming like, "Oh, that's gone in! That's gone in!" Already cheering before the ball even hit the post, and it didn't eventually go in. But literally straight after that, Brandon Thomas Asante comes in down this side, and Zach Viner puts in the most incredible of challenges, 1-on-1. I thought he was quite left, but actually on the replay, he's literally right down the middle as well. First, Naismith pushes him left, and then Naismith's covering pushes him left, and then Zach Viner puts in a hell of a challenge, sliding in, gets it away. Zach Viner, I mean, I've run out of words. He's ridiculous.
He's amazing. You just that when Thomas Asante was through after that miss, I was like, "There's no way." I thought it was a bang on. He was going to release a shot there. I didn't know what Max was going to do, but he got around. He got that tackle. It was just amazing. I didn't have any words for it. Vinyl was brilliant yesterday. The another goal line clearance as well. In the was it still that was the first half as well? No, yeah. But no, he was amazing, and it was so glad to get him on another deal for the club because he is definitely one of our most best and consistent players right now. And it's just what you love to see. It's a brilliant tackle, and yeah, that kept us in the game.
We had 10 shots in the first half. Granted, one on target, but we really looked like the only team in it, and West Brom for the first half looked like one of the worst sides that come to Ashton Gate in years. Like they looked horrendous. They looked well off it, and with the quality they have in the squad in the starting 11, you'd think they'd be better than that. They weren't. They were horrific in that first half. But we just didn't take our chances when we should have. West Brom in the second half. 11 minutes in, again for the first kind of 10 minutes of the second half, there's always that kind of concern in the back of your mind going, "Oh, can we replicate that first half performance in the second half?" And it doesn't particularly happen. And they make a couple of subs with Josh Madger, who comes on for Jed Wallace, who was horrendous, by the way. Jed Wallace, he was shocking down the right hand side. Campring won the ball off him about 5 times in the first half alone. He was shocking. And Josh Madger comes on to make it like a 2-striker partnership. Josh Madger kind of dropped in like a number 10 position with John Swift off the left, so they didn't have any attacking prowess down the right hand side for most of it. Connor Townsend came on at left wing back for Matt Phillips as well. And those 2 subs changed the game for West Brom. And after that, we just didn't really get a look in the game. And West Brom, for that second half, did what we did in the first half.
Yeah, it's true. Like you said, I thought around the 55th or 60th minute, the game started to shift and West Brom kind of took control. I thought we just invited a bit too much pressure. We became a little bit sloppy. They had control of the ball. They were the one with the bigger threat, and yeah, they had a couple good chances, hit the woodwork once as well. But yeah, it's a shame because then when you look at that first half and you're like, we could have got 1 or 2 goals there, and then then they look like the more likely to score, and you're kind of defending and trying not to lose. But yeah, I thought the subs, it helped them a lot. We usually have our substitutes at the 60th minute, that like the normal time, but yesterday we waited quite late and our first substitute was only in the 80th minute. So yeah, it was.
We made subs in the 79th, 80th minute, something like that. And I think we waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes too long, because by then the momentum literally was all West Brom. They hit the post, which was really, really close, like ridiculous. It should have gone in maybe. They had another few chances. And as soon as Ephraim Yeboah comes on, Bristol City literally just look a far better threat going forward. He holds the ball up. He's got the pace. He's got the physical strength. And I've just seen one clip where I remember this. It was down attacking to the south stand second half. He gets in behind Eric Peters, uses his strength. Doesn't do. I don't. In my opinion, this is not a foul. Could be argued it is. In my opinion, not. Literally gets him down the left hand side. If the referee lets that go, Ephraim Yeboah is 1-on-1, and he probably scores from his record in the under 21s. He scores that normally. So that was again another decision maybe we could have got. But on the other hand as well, they could have had a penalty right at the end with Cal Naismith's heroic challenge, very brave challenge right at the end. But yeah, Yeboah, he's awesome. He looks so good. He's 17. He's not 21. He's 17.
Yeah, it's crazy because I just turned 17 a few days ago, so I'm sitting watching on Robin's TV, and this guy my age is playing in the championship, and he's looking like one of our better youngsters coming through the ranks. But yeah, Yeboah looks like a great player. People say for the future, but this season, by the come this like second half of the season, he could be playing a lot more, coming off the bench in the 60th minute, making an impact. Yeah, I thought that foul. I thought I didn't really think it was a foul. I thought he had his hands on Yeboah as well, and he was through, and there was a chance that Cornick was running through as well. So questionable, but yeah, there were quite a few yellow cards in the game. Thought the ref was okay. There was some tough decisions, but yeah, was the Naismith tackle in like the last minute.
It was 92nd or 3rd minute, I think.
Yeah, because the stream cut off. The stream cut off like 1 minute and a half before the end, and I was like raging because I was like, we could nick something here. So I didn't see Naismith's clearance actually. But yeah, we brought.
So basically, Josh Madger, their second striker, gets in down the left hand side. Because after we lose the ball in midfield, we just looked tired and a bit lethargic really after that. He gets in down the left hand side. We're all going, oh, we've thrown this away here. Cal Naismith, literally, it seemed like out of nowhere, came from his left hand side, completely just wiped him out. It was a brilliant challenge.
I'm trying to have a look at it now.
Some people on Twitter are saying that could have been a red. It could have been a penalty.
Wow! And that was a
tackle. And yeah, you could say, you could argue that it is a penalty because he does get the man, but I'd say that's a brilliant challenge. Myself, obviously, being completely biased, but still, even if we did concede, I don't think it would have been a fair result. I thought a draw was fair. West Brom in the second half hit the post. They had a few there. They had that challenge, obviously. They looked very good. They looked far more of a threat. And George Tanner takes his man out, literally just completely just wipes him out in the 50th minute. It's ridiculous. He's completely beaten. He's got no hope of catching him. Just takes him out, just wipes him out. It's ridiculous.
I love George Tanner's Brexit tackles. That one against Sheffield United. That one. He did a 360 in the air. That was a red.
He's so easily loved. That's the only reason he's in the team. If we're playing like Manchester City, just play him in the team and just like get him on, I don't know, their best players and just break their ankles. It's as simple as that. If we've got no hope of winning, just break ankles and just do that. But yeah, I thought But in all seriousness, I thought he had a fairly steady game. I thought he was all right. He was beaten a couple of times, which is why he had to make that challenge. But he was generally pretty steady. Won a free kick in the first half. He looked okay, but I would still expect Taylor Garnickman to come in against Plymouth.
Yeah, probably. I'd see that happening. I do want to see if we can play Taylor Gardner-Micken in different positions, and I do want to see that with Ross McCrory when he comes back, which I still don't know. On Foot Mob, the app, it says a few days, but
yeah, right. No.
That's not happening.
If they mean a few
So they've
days
got that
by a
wrong.
few months, then maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd see Taylor Gardner-Micken coming back in the squad. But yeah, I thought I just watched that Naismith tackle and damn, that was last ditch. But yeah, I think he did get the ball there. On the West Brom highlights, it says West Brom denied penalty at the dying stages. So they definitely thought it was a bang on. But yeah, we brought Cornick on near the end, yeah, with Yeboah, Roberts on for Knight. And then when Dickey came on for Bell, did we change formation? I felt like we moved.
No, okay. I'll tell you what happened. So first two subs, it was Naki Wells off, Mark Sykes off for Yeboah and Cornick. So that formation was fine. The formation stayed the
like
same.
for like, yeah.
Yeah, Hayden Robertson comes on for Jason Knight. So we're taking a midfielder off for a left back or a centre back. So basically, what happens is Cal Naismith stays in centre back. We go with Vine and Naismith and Hayden Roberts as the back three, with Tanner at right wing back and Campering at left wing back. So we went with a back five with two in midfield with Williams and James. Didn't really work, so he brings on another centre back. He goes two up top with Cornick and Yeboah. I suppose just with the kind of a physicality of them two. So he goes them two up top. He pushes Naismith into midfield to make it a three. Hayden Roberts stays a left centre back with Dickey, Viner, Hayden Roberts, Tanner right wing back, Campering left wing back. Does that make sense?
I thought we moved to three back as well. Didn't really do much. It was really late on. I really, like we said earlier, I thought the subs just came a little too late. But I want to talk about a couple of chances that we also had near the end. I think Yeboah was through on the right hand side, and then there was quite a few players in the box. Came to Williams, and he hit a shot from like just inside the box, I think, and I thought that was going top left.
You're talking about the curled shot, yeah, with his left foot.
No, it was right foot, like laced it through right hand side. It was looking like it was going top left. It went over the bar there.
Top back. It's the second half.
Yeah, it was near.
You sure it was? Because I remember a shot. I remember a shot.
Pretty sure it was Williams.
I remember a left foot curled shot which went over the bar.
Maybe it was left foot. Maybe it was from the right hand side.
Right hand side
of the box.
Was it the one where Yeboah holds the man and then passes it?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Okay, it was left. Okay, fine. Yeah.
And then
that was a close shot. That's I was about to say that. Oh, it comes to him. I don't think he can do much more. It was a great save. The goalkeeper makes himself big, but maybe he could have lifted it a little bit. But that was good. If Harry Cornick
he hasn't got the time to lift it. He hasn't got the time.
Yeah. It's a difficult situation. I mean, at least he got the shot off. It was unlucky, but a good save. He made himself big. But if Harry Cornick got us out with 3 points
Harry
Cornick
gets us all 3 points. That would have been unbelievable.
God.
No, basically what happens is Tanner puts the ball in from the right hand side. I think it's Sam Bell kind of flicks it on, I think, or does something with it, and then it falls for Harry Cornick perfectly, and then he's got a defender to the left of him. All he's got to do for me is just place it in that near corner, because the goalkeeper hasn't got enough time to react to make himself big enough to and come close enough to Harry Cornick to stop the near post shot. So if he puts it into the near corner instead of trying to put it in the far corner, I think that would have been a goal. But still, very harsh, because that is a very good save. And if Max O'Leary does that, we go, oh, brilliant save. So yeah, it's a very good save from Palmer, to be fair. But yeah, generally, kind of final thoughts on the game. I thought a point was a fair result. I thought First half, we were far the better side. For second half, they were far the better side. So if that evens out, we get a point. There we go. Point each. Yeah, I would have taken the point before the game. I thought we'd win because I thought we'd have more quality than we showed. But generally, yeah, I wouldn't say it's the worst result in the world.
Yeah, I think, well, we didn't lose, and that's always good. It is a point, no goals. I felt like we could have nicked a goal in the first half. Overall, we weren't clinical enough, but then again, following the second half, I'd say a point is fair enough. We had quite a few shots, I thought, looking at the stats, like 14 around in total by the end of it. Which is good to see. I thought just overall a better performance at home, and it's what you want to see, a lot better than Preston and Birmingham, I'd say, even though the second half was a bit less of a good performance. But I heard a stat during the game as well. We're yet to score in the first half of a championship game. So yeah, it's a bit surprising. And he says our second half's actually our better ones, which was kind of opposite yesterday. Yeah, which is surprising. But yeah, defense great. Viner, Naismith, amazing. Viner got man of the match, definitely deserved. 3 like massive blocks. Like, yeah, he was just all round amazing. He's got quite a few man of the matches already this year, and we're only 6 games in. But yeah, got Plymouth next Tuesday. But overall, the players, I thought, yeah, we were pretty good. I got to say Thomas Asante as well. I thought he was a threat, but we kept him. We kept him kind of quiet. We dealt with him well. I mean, I remember him from last December on Boxing Day when we had that home fixture.
Don't remember
that terrible game, and I thought he was.
Don't remember it.
But after that game, it all went uphill. Yeah, he was a good player, but we dealt with him well, and overall, yeah, we'd take a point. 3 draws now, still only 1 loss in 6. We're sitting at an 10th in the table, are we?
Yep.
We're still top half, so yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, 6 points. 6 games, 9 points. At least we're staying up with that record. So not too shabby for now. Just keep. I'd say just kind of stay in the playoff race if we can, kind of around that 10th, 11th region, and then if we can go on a run, brilliant. And if we can get into those playoff positions, brilliant. But if not, I suppose that is what it is. But yeah, good point for me. I think West Brom are a good side, so I think they'll be kind of in a similar region to us come the end of the season. So not too bad. Definitely a must not lose game. We didn't lose that game. Kept a clean sheet, so not too bad.
Just one more thing before we end. The away kit has been released after months. We released our home kit in February, and we're into September, mid-September, and we have finally released our away kit from O'Neill's. Yeah, we haven't worn it yet, but it came out a few days ago. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on it, and yeah, what you think about it.
We'll wear it. Will we wear it Leicester away? Or will we go blue white? Blue red. I think we'll probably go blue red actually.
Yeah, probably.
We'll probably wear our home kit. Yeah, I think it's a good kit. I think it's. At first, I was like, I'm not really sure on the patterns when I was looking at it online on my phone, obviously. But when I saw people wearing it at the ground, I was like, actually, that's a pretty good kit. Obviously, that kind of patterns a throwback to the 70s, isn't it? Yeah, that's a nice touch. It's not like the one we have with the Robin's flying bird badge, which is no correlation with the football club whatsoever, and it's just pointless. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good kit. And yeah, I don't mind it. I like a blackout kit. I've been kind of protesting for one. Protesting? No, that's not one. That's not the word. Kind of wanting one or hoping we get a blackout kit for a while. So that's good, and I really like that. And yeah, I generally fairly like the kit. I like the patterns. I think that's a nice touch. The purple and lime as well on the collar. And generally think it's a good kit. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, I do love the blackout kits. My favorite, I think I have it here. Actually, yeah, I got it here. This is my favorite kit of like the recent years.
Yeah.
I just
No,
love
but
the
that's got the weird patterns at the bottom, hasn't it? Which is
this
makes
one.
ruins.
You don't like
Yeah,
this? I quite like
it
because it's like the houses of Bristol, like the on the
yeah,
hill, like with the
that top to down area. Yeah, I know that, but it ruins it a little bit, I suppose. But
I
it's a nice
love this
touch.
kit, but then I have Masengo on the back.
Right, turn it round, turn it round, turn it round. I don't want to see him.
So
Uh,
yeah, but no, I love that kit. I love blackout kits. Like you said, that purple and lime kind of like patterns is a nice touch. I think I would have preferred if it was like completely black instead of those like little city symbols, but I haven't seen it like in real life yet, just online pictures. But yeah, no, it's a nice kit. I feel like our 3 kits this year, none of them are horrendously bad. So yeah, it's just really another kit. But yeah, hopefully we'll see it. Yeah, like you said, I think we'll go for the red next weekend. But yeah, another kit on the
yeah.
wall.
So that's it. I suppose that's it in terms of news. Oh no, Nigel Pearson was on crutches
Oh
on
yes, he
on
was.
on Saturday. He was on 2 crutches, and apparently he's going to go. He's going to uh, undergo emergency back surgery or something like that along those lines. Um, you could say the injury crisis has struck again. Bloody coaching staff are getting injured now. But yes, on all seriousness, you know, hopefully he's fine. And hopefully he's good soon because he's had a few problems with his health, whether they're related or not. I have no clue. But yeah, hopefully he's good soon. It was actually someone pointed it out in the crowd. He's like, "Oh look, Pearson's on crutches," and I'm going, "Well, Ross McCrory, Eamon Benarous, Rob Atkinson, add Nigel Pearson to the list." But yeah, hope he genuinely gets better soon. Because you don't want to see that. I think he'll probably be in for Plymouth. Hopefully he is. Maybe not for Leicester, which would be a real shame because
Yeah,
because it's his homecoming, his return. We're his home now.
yeah,
He loves us more than you. He probably does. But if he gets us promoted, he probably will. But yeah, it's his kind of return, isn't it, to
yeah.
the King Power? So that'd be a shame if he misses that. But hopefully not. Right, that's it for this podcast. We kind of rambled on about Nigel Pearson's back at the end.
Carlos
There we
Corberan
go.
was quite the opposite. He was shouting on the
He was
sidelines
literally just
constantly.
running up and down
Yeah,
the technical area for the whole game. It was entertaining, but it was also like, at what point does he get, Jurgen Klopp levels of ridiculous energy? But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this podcast. Subscribe to the 1894 podcast. You can just hit that red button. And once you subscribe, you can just hit the notification bell. Just tap on that. This has been Ani. Matiss, say goodbye.
yeah. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, hopefully 3 points next week at least. But yeah. But yeah. Subscribe, follow our socials, Instagram, all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you for
It's
listening.
all in the description, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Ani. It's been Matiss. Thank you
See you
very much
guys.
for watching. Keep safe, and we'll catch you all later. Cheers.
Bye.